Okay. Yes, I am live. I'm watching the new WWE trailer. I don't know if it's gonna be good. That's the thing. We're just waiting now. We have to wait for it. It's the gameplay. And I was just like, you know what? I'm up. I might as well just stream. Why not? Give me a second. Yeah, I thought, why not? Let's just stream. Give me a second. Just gonna test the audio real quick, just seeing if it's all good. Yeah, it seems good. Oh, Jesus, damn. Okay, premieres in 2 minutes. It was such a mess. We got 2,000 people waiting. I wish I could type. Hey, wait, hang on a second. Two minutes, and then we get to see the official gameplay of WWE2k22, which is actually pretty cool. I don't think they actually did that before, but like I think a lot of people were like really disappointed last time because they actually, like, everyone's been complaining, you know, we don't have any gameplay and shit like that. So I think it's really good idea by 2K to actually release something and be like, hey, here's something that you can, you know, watch, or here's a little fresh gameplay that you can actually do. And I hope it's new. I hope they actually show the entrances as well. 1 minute remaining. Okay. I can't even do like a full screen yet. Can I do like... Oh, God. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. Because I've already pre-ordered the game, but, you know, 2K games have like... The previous 2K games were always just so disappointing. Because of what, like 2K20 or... But it's been the same game since 2K15, and I really hope they've changed it, like, in some way. And, like, people have already played it, like, a couple of YouTubers have already played it. And, they said it was good, so I'm excited to see what will happen. But I don't know if they're going to show, like... I don't know what they're going to show. They could show the menu for all I know. I don't know. Okay, we're nearly there. Premiere begins soon. Okay, I'm just refreshing. It's also 4 AM in the morning for me. I didn't wake up, I just was up. And was just like, you know what? I was actually gonna wake up for this. Because, you know, I don't know. But now, I'm up and thought, you know what? Let's do it. Hey Tom, how are you? Bro, I was gonna catch one of your streams, Tom. I actually saw that you were back into streaming. And then my missus wanted to call. Yeah, not too bad. I'm just watching this new WWE trailer. it's 4 a.m. here. It's 4 a.m. and I can't sleep. So I thought, you know what, I might as well. What the hell is happening? Is this YouTube's new way of like premiering videos or something? Also, I can't speak loud because the neighbors are like right next to me. Otherwise, I'd be more hype. Try and broke my mouse so I can control it. How did you break your mouse? I'm guessing Fortnite. Because that game's really just given me no hope for us anymore. I've kind of just given up on the game. 4 a.m. Yeah, it's 4 a.m. I was gonna wake up for this, but I was just still up. So, you know. Oh well. Where's my Coke? Give me a second, I need my Coke. Okay, we're good. Got my Coke. Clicked too many times and bro, that happens to me, it's happened to me a couple times. But you know, I was gonna catch a couple of your streams, and say hello, because I saw that you were streaming, but by the time I, got onto it, it had finished. Jesus Christ, how long is this gonna take? Is this the, like, new way of, like, doing premieres? You know, taking their time. Let's see the chat. Let's see how everyone's going. Everyone just like, start it already. I'm just here vibing, man. I'm just here vibing. Some would call me an alcoholic because I've got so much beer next to me. Beer's ragey, but Fortnite spam windows. Oh my god. Don't shout. Yeah. I know how that's like. It's the most obnoxious thing ever. I hate the new meta. I'm not really into, like... I liked the season when it first dropped, but now it's just like, eh. This is coming from a guy who's played the game for 4 years. Nearly 5. Since 2017, December? Yeah, December 2017. Come on, we're waiting. Is it really going to take this long? I also need a mic stand, but I'm using a pencil holder. Because, you know, I'm on a budget here. Now the feeling, because I've even started playing Battle. Ooh. My children are never going to be playing Fortnite. I'm going to be like, what's that? I've never heard of that game before. I'm not letting them touch the game. Otherwise they're going to develop anxiety, depression, and a lot of raging on me. I'll just give them a book and just be like, yep, this is your video game. Have a beer while you're at it. This is the longest fucking premiere countdown I've ever seen, and there's not even numbers. I feel like I'm watching an Apple event. Oh god, here we go. And then it just does it all over again. Alright, you too, Tom. Have fun. Don't rage. Just hit a sleeping bag or something. Alright, catch you later, Tom. I might be able to catch one of your streams next time. Have a good night. Or day, actually, for you. It's like 5 p.m. for you, isn't it? Something like that. Fuck me, how long is this gonna take? Ah, here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was the longest fucking countdown I have ever seen. I think it's just so everyone can get in. Alright. language in this game.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lionel Jinx. I am the creative director of the WWE2k franchise.
Lionel Jinx, my boy.
And this time I'm not alone, y'all. I've got my homie with me. She is going to be with me along this journey, this ride. Christina, please introduce yourself.
Hey y'all, I am Christina DM Pham, art producer on WWE2k22, and welcome to the inaugural episode of Ringside Report, brought to y'all by the teams at 2K and Visual Concepts.
Oh God.
We're here to provide regular updates and deep dives into the many areas and features of WWE2k22.
And this year we're introducing the WWE2k22 Ringside Reports, and you'll hear from Lionel and myself beginning now, through the game's launch in March, and after for the latest on DLC, patches, and other updates. And we're not gonna be taking this ride alone because we're bringing the homies from the dev team with us. So
come on, bring them on, bring them on.
But before we dive into
visual
that,
overhaul,
let's kick it off with a very quick conversation about visuals, because let's be real, if y'all take a look at WWE 2K22, you might see some massive differences from previous cycles. And
definitely.
This is the best looking game yet. Just a
it's
little
pretty.
bit.
It's so pretty.
Lionel, can you talk about how the teams approach production differently this time around, starting with the superstars?
So the superstars, you know, in any WWE game are the backbone of the game, right? And so we have to make sure that we are doing our absolute best on representing every superstar to the best of our abilities. And in order for us to do that, we piggybacked on the same technology that you guys saw in NBA 2K22, where, you know, you look at their players and the details and just the likenesses look amazing. And so, you know, we shared that same technology and brought that into WWE 2K22, like the cross polarization scans, improved hair. Just to me,
yeah, no, it looks really nice.
The amount of detail that you'll see in our superstars is unparalleled for us.
It looks really good.
And also the teams have overhauled the lighting engine, and there's an all-new VFX engine as well.
Yeah, so, you know, lighting is everything, right? So like all of these details and everything that we put into our superstars wouldn't mean anything if they weren't lit properly, right? And so if you know, take a look at this version of the game compared to any other year, like, it looks like a broadcast. It looks photorealistic.
But does it run well?
A lot of that is due to
That's
lighting.
what I want to know.
And before I forget, there's also a ton of new and improved championships as well. And one of my personal favorites, mainly because it's the team I work with most closely, is the environments team. There are over 55 playable arenas, and we also have virtual crowd boards.
Oh
in the
shoot,
game
there's
as
the
well, so you might see some
Thunderdome.
familiar faces.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and it's like a real life Thunderdome as well.
All right, we know what y'all been waiting for, so we have some folks in the waiting room. I'm gonna go ahead and invite all of them in. So, y'all, we're so excited today because y'all know who we got. Please welcome the gameplay leadership team, principal designer Jason Vandiver, senior designer Derek Donahue, and senior producer Jonathan Rivera. Y'all, this is extremely exciting, and thank you so much for joining us for the first episode of Ringside Report. Okay, so I don't want to linger
so
any
multiple?
longer because folks have been asking for gameplay for a very, very long time.
Yes, we have been.
Without
Can't
further
wait.
ado, the moment y'all been waiting for, we are going to show you a 1v1 match between Rey Mysterio and Damian Priest. So let's roll the
Okay,
footage.
sounds good. Are they going to show the entrances?
So at this point, one of the things we very intentionally called out to our fan base is that we have a redesigned gameplay experience. And starting with Jason, can you talk about what that means to you and how gameplay hits different?
In WWE 2K22, we have a completely new animation system.
It really does look
The system has allowed
different.
us to greatly improve the look and the feel of the characters. Basically, everything from the way the characters move and they traverse through the world, to how they align with each other during attacks has been completely overhauled and redone. Players are going to notice a significant difference the moment they pick up the controller. The characters are way more responsive than they've ever been. You no longer feel like you're fighting to control your character to get them into position to do what you want them to do. Strikes, dives, springboards, they all connect more precisely. And that's also something that we really struggled with and took to heart and tried to resolve this year. Another key change that we've made to the game engine this year is our physics system.
So it is a different
While the
camera view.
series has always had Havoc to some degree, it's primarily used for only hair and clock simulation. For 2K22, we've completely integrated Havoc into gameplay, which has allowed us to introduce things like breakable props. The kendo stick starts to fray the more you use it. Tables, they break more dynamically. The chair even breaks.
I don't like that kick out
and even elements
option.
within the environment itself are now dynamically breaking, such as like the corner barricade, instead of relying on a canned sequence animation.
It actually looks
So
like
really
a game and not a
change,
simulation
and
for
has helped
once.
to make the entire gameplay experience feel more dynamic.
Awesome. Derek, same question.
So for me, when we sat down to figure out how we were going to change gameplay for 2K22, one of the biggest things that we put as a priority was making sure the game is fun in a pick up and play kind of way. I want to be able to hand the controller to my friend who doesn't know anything about WWE, and I want them to still be able to have a good time and be able to just kind of hop in with me. So we made sure that with our controls redesign, all of the core actions are something you can discover just by button mashing. You should be able to basically play through a match without having known anything beforehand. But another big priority for us with that is making sure we're not, smoothing over a lot of the details. That we're trying to
I don't like the button mashing.
So all of the high level of control that you expect to have with your character, all of the high degree of customization you expect, all of that still remains.
It actually,
okay, so you mentioned new controls and mechanics. Combat itself is centered around 3 inputs: light attacks, heavy attacks, and grapples.
It looks like the old games.
In this cycle,
it doesn't look like a simulation for once.
Mean?
So light attacks, those are your quick strikes, the fastest attacks in the game. Heavy attacks, those are kind of like strong strikes from previous years. They're bigger, slower strikes, but they deal more damage. And then finally, grapples, those are where some of the bigger changes come into play. So you press the grapple button once to lock up with your opponent, but then from there you can press light, you can press heavy. Those will do your light and heavy grapples, but there's all sorts of other options. Irish whips, drag, carry, all of those things come from the grapple state. So once you grapple your opponent, you have a lot of possibilities opened up to you.
Okay, and I want to toss this over to Jonathan too. So opening up these possibilities, can you talk about some of the combo options that players can dive into?
Yeah, sure. I love how simple and engaging our new dynamic combo system feels. I don't need to memorize every superstar's moveset, but instead I practice the timing of my inputs in order to execute combos. Light attacks allow me to branch into a combo, and when I learn that light, heavy grab executes that move, I can take that and apply it to anybody I play with. I love the exploration that our game provides to encourage the user to play with many different superstars and then choose whichever one is better suited for them. And if you don't like the combos that we assign, we also support customizing combos. I'm personally really excited to see.
It looks really good, by the way. It looks so much better than.
Okay, very quickly, I want to take it back to one point that Derek touched on earlier, which was about the accessibility of this game and being able to just pick it up and play. And I want to call this out mainly because I myself am a much newer player to WWE2k. So for me, picking up and playing has been the whole experience. The controls are super easy to learn, and while my own habits fall back
I don't
on
like that new
button
kick out.
mashing the controller,
I don't like the button
even
mashing.
though we have that, I enjoy having to be very strategic and intentional about how I'm approaching this game, especially when it comes to the timing of things like reversals or finishers. So I can definitely attest to, hey, if you're feeling intimidated by this, please don't. Pick it up, try it out. You'll have such a blast. But also, if you're a vet and you've been playing this for a long time, can y'all talk about how vets can better show off their moves and what that means for the overall strategy of their experience?
So a lot of the strategy for our game comes with the new defensive options that we've added this year. So one of the biggest examples is breakers. Instead of reversals being the only tool for countering your opponent's attacks, grapples and combos actually don't use reversals. Instead, you counter them with a breaker. So when you're doing a grapple or a combo on your opponent, they can counter that attack by pressing the same light, heavy, or grapple input against you. So those moves are countered with breakers. Everything else is countered with a reversal. So knowing what kind of attack you expect your opponent to perform can already prime you to know how you want to counter it. So there's already a mind game with that level. Then you have blocking, which is all new. If you hold down the reversal button, you enter a blocking stance, and that lets you withstand light, heavy, and running attacks. And then you can counterattack faster than your opponent can after blocking. You can also dodge with the right bumper, so you can kind of choose a direction and get out of the way really quickly if you time your dodge correctly, but it's higher risk than a block. And then when you're on the ground, you also can button mash to get up faster, or you can press right bumper to do a quick get up at the cost of some
Oh no, don't lag.
resource. So when you have all of those defensive options available to you, it makes when you're on defense, it's a lot more strategic, but also when
I'm
you're
not
on
too
offense,
much of a fan of the button mashing pin thing.
So
Not
our
gonna
community
not
has
gonna
been
lie.
speculating about the HUD and like guessing like what, you know, these little glowing meters mean and all this stuff. Jonathan, I'm gonna let you be the first to break this down and break the news. And let's dive into the HUD and give the community some clarity.
Yeah, let's see what the HUD does.
So our goal was to create a HUD that strips down all unnecessary aspects and simply gives the user the information that they need without distracting the user from the in-game action. So at the very top, you'll have the vitality meter, and this is basically your health bar.
Okay.
Below that,
was
you'll
obvious.
find the special meter, which is a resource you want to spend to perform signatures, paybacks, or defensive action. Finally, at the bottom is your finisher meter, where you can store up to 3 stocks.
Yep, of course.
So there's one thing that's missing that I think a lot of people are like, where's the reverse stock? Can you talk a little bit more about, like, you know, the changes we made there?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, obviously the biggest change that we made was removing the reversal stock from the HUD. We felt that 2K20's matches came down to how the users manage their reversal stock. We wanted to bring a bit more skill to a match by giving the users unlimited reversals, but making them a little bit more difficult to execute.
That was cool.
In our internal matches with 2K22, we get wild swings and back and forth and a bunch of oh so close moments that we really feel make the match memorable. And in addition to that, we added a new stun meter that shows up on the characters when it's close to being filled. So we're really excited to show off our new HUD and for our users to play with all of the new additions and our streamlined approach.
Cool. Like one of the things that, you know, at the end of the match where I'm like, you know, in previous years or, you know, iterations, once you basically knew once your opponent didn't have any reversal stock, all you had to do was hit your Sega finisher, match was over. That's not the case anymore, right? Like someone can just pull out like a reversal and this back and forth. And so Derek, can you talk about the you know, how strategy is incorporated into that part of this new mechanic?
Yeah, so with reversals no longer being on a limit, that opens up a lot of possibilities for how your opponent can counter you.
I like that.
Like
I hated the reversal
reversal
system.
Or if you're using combos and grapples, they could hit you with a breaker. But the stun meter that Jonathan mentioned earlier, that's one of your biggest tools for making sure that you can pull off your biggest move without getting countered. So lighter attacks, while they don't do as much damage to the vitality of the opponent, they're better at filling your opponent's stun. And if you can get their stun meter filled, that's your opportunity to perform an attack without the risk of getting a reversal or a breaker.
Button mashing is back, y'all. Like, I love it. It creates a whole new level of like intensity in those tight matches. And yeah, like I gotta practice my finger strength on that just so I can beat everyone down when this game goes online.
All right, y'all, we can go on and on, but unfortunately we're out of time. So to close out, now that we're nearing the end of production, what are y'all looking forward to most for the game, whether for your own experience or with players specifically? Let's start with Jason, then Derek, then Jonathan.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how My Rise turns out. We've been working so hard on gameplay that haven't really been able to look at the rest of the game. Those guys have been really working to deliver an awesome story this year. And from everything I've seen, they're ready to deliver.
You two, get in the ring.
For me, it's the backstage, the completely redesigned backstage. I think people have only seen a small peek of. There's a lot of really cool stuff going back there, especially with the verticality.
And for me, I'm super excited to see Rey Mysterio in our showcase mode, playing some classic matches that were recreated for WWE2k22. So I think people are going to be really excited about that.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us for the first Ringside Report ever for this cycle.
Messed up. You didn't even ask me, Christina, like what I'm looking forward to. That's just messed up. It's gonna leave me out.
We'll take it back. We'll take it back. All right, rewind. Lionel, what are you most excited for?
It's everything, right? Like, you know, I've been fortunate enough to like have my hand in, you know, every single cookie jar and As you can tell, like this COVID wait ain't going away anytime soon. But yeah, like it's seeing what we're doing on the gameplay side and how that bleeds into universe and how it bleeds into my rise and my GM, my faction. Like we've done so much in the time that we have, and I'm just super excited for everyone to get their hands on with it and just have fun. Like again, like just practice now, practice your thumb strength because you're gonna need it.
Thumb strength.
Two people watching.
Do thumb exercises, little thumb push-ups.
Y'all, so that wraps it for our first ringside report. Thank you to Jason Vandiver, Derek Donahue, and Jonathan Rivera for joining us.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Oh my God.
Was I supposed to?
You committed to the bid.
Leave?
No, I think that was.
Okay, so once again, for real this time, thank you to Jason, Derek, and Jonathan for joining us, and thank you to all of you.
I
the
actually
player
really enjoy
community,
that.
for
I think that
tuning
looks
in for our
way
first
better than the
ringside
other
report.
years.
We are so excited to release this game, and we can't wait for y'all to get your hands on it.
Button smashing, terrible.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Terrible idea.
For joining us, and thank you.
I don't
want to
have to button
for tuning
smash.
in.
It's all cool.
We will talk to you all soon. And in the meantime, check us out on social media at WWE Games.
Okay, bye.
Peace.
I like it. The only complaint I have is the button mashing. That's the only thing that I didn't like. Like, I don't want to have to button mash to pin someone, like to kick out of a pin. I don't like that idea. I like the timing thing because at least you'd actually have to be skilled with that. I was good with that as well. With the button mashing, you just have to keep button mashing it. You basically, if you're fast with your fingers, it doesn't really matter if you're fucked. So I like it. I think it looks like a really promising game. It actually looks like a game for once. So I don't know. I've already gotten it, so I've already pre-ordered it. So I'm gonna see what's to come. I don't know when it's March 11th, right? So that's like another month away, month and a bit. Oh fuck me. Okay, I liked it. That's all I wanted to stream for. But yeah, hopefully it's way better than 2K20 because that one sucked balls. Okay.